Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody's most recent attempt to cheat Christine by using Janelle in Sister Wives. During Sister Wives Season 19, the ex-wives gave more insight into the familial breakdown. The family needed to make some decisions regarding Christine's residence when she married David and returned to Utah. Janelle resisted Kody's attempts to force her into moving into it. Instead, fans watched as she and Savannah moved into an RV on the empty Coyote Pass lot. The Brown family's motivations are the subject of in-depth examination by viewers as they await the return of Season 19 on TLC. Some Sister Wives fans recently wondered why Kody was so insistent that Janelle take Christine's house. Kody Brown, according to Sister Wives fans, is ultimately driven by greed. By the time Christine left Flagstaff, cracks in Janelle and Kody's relationship were already growing. Janelle's decision to buy a home in Flagstaff didn't make much sense, according to many Sister Wives viewers. Janelle realized how much better off she was without her husband after living with Savannah in the RV. Therefore, why did Kody attempt to coerce her into taking Christine's home? Why did Kody want Janelle to buy Christine's house? Recently, a Sister Wives viewer made a post on Reddit. "I just don't get it." TIA for any replies. Nobody knows for sure why Kody Brown pushed Janelle so hard unless he tells the truth. However, a lot of other viewers agreed that it probably had to do with greed. On screen, Kody often discusses how money is a major factor when it comes to decision-making. Janelle Brown ultimately chose wisely. Fans of Sister Wives can generally agree that Janelle Brown chose the right course of action. She adhered to her own needs and desires. In addition, she is currently building her very own house of dreams. Her social media followers enjoy watching her grow and prosper now that she is far from Flagstaff. As she and Maddie Brush construct Tata Farms, Kody Brown appears to be her least favorite subject. Many Sister Wives fans see Janelle Brown's most recent public update as the beginning of a new journey of self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. It marks a significant turning point in her life. Janelle reflects on the decades she spent navigating the turbulent waters of a polygamous lifestyle, the difficulties of managing family dynamics under the ever-watchful eye of the public, and the long, difficult road toward reclaiming her autonomy from the shadow of past relationships and persistent family drama in an exclusive, sprawling account that spans nearly every aspect of her evolving identity. Janelle describes how she is carving out space for herself now, as she enters a chapter marked by renewed focus and independence, away from the constant interference of old patterns that once dictated her every move. This space is dedicated not only to nurturing her own well-being but also to fostering deeper, more authentic relationships with her children and friends. In her forthright monologue, Janelle describes the emotional toll that years of strict expectations, internal power struggles, and the harsh realities of a life built on compromise have taken on her spirit. She also explains that her decision to embark on this new journey was born out of a long-held desire to break free from the confines of a system that, for far too long, valued conformity over genuine personal growth. This desire led her to choose to embark on this new journey. She vividly describes the first moments when she realized that the role she had been forced into, a mediator, a caretaker, and a woman who frequently prioritized the needs of others, was unsustainable. These painful realizations eventually sparked a gradual but determined transformation. Janelle is embracing a life where she can set her own priorities, explore her passions, and redefine what family means to her on her own terms now that she is freed from the overwhelming pressure to maintain the status quo. She talks about starting new projects, from creative projects and community projects to personal projects like wellness retreats and possible collaborations with organizations that support women's empowerment. She emphasizes that every step she takes is a conscious step toward a future in which her voice is not only heard but celebrated. She explains that this journey is not just about getting rid of the remnants of a shattered past, rather, it is about creating a new story that honors both the lessons she has learned and the strength she has developed over the years of adversity. Janelle's reflections show how deeply her understanding of love, sacrifice, and self-worth has been shaped by living in a complicated, multi-layered family. This realization has led her to advocate for a more balanced and equitable approach to family dynamics. According to her own words, the new journey is about reclaiming the parts of myself that were lost along the way, which requires both self-awareness and the bravery to question long-held notions of duty and identity. Her message resonates powerfully with fans who have long followed the ups and downs of the Brown family saga, as it encapsulates the universal desire to evolve beyond past limitations and to embrace change with an open heart. Numerous commenters have praised Janelle's authenticity and vulnerability on social media forums and fan pages, noting that her candidness provides a refreshing contrast to reality television's frequently sensationalized drama. They point out that her willingness to share the intricacies of her emotional journey, from the times when she was hopeless to the sparks of hope that lit the way forward, not only serves as a roadmap for others who are facing challenges of a similar nature but also serves as a reminder that personal growth frequently comes from the experiences that are the most difficult. Critics of the family's past dynamics see Janelle's transformation as a repudiation of the old ways that, for years, stifled genuine expression and fostered an environment where personal sacrifice was the norm. She now advocates a way of life that places a high value on mental and emotional health, creative freedom, and the need to establish boundaries in all relationships. By openly discussing her plans to pursue new interests and to invest in projects that celebrate individuality and community, Janelle challenges the notion that one must remain tethered to a legacy defined by conflict and compromise. She admits that it will take time, patience, and, most importantly, a willingness to listen and adapt, but her journey is also marked by a conscious effort to re-establish trust and open lines of communication with her children. She recounts how past experiences of neglect and misunderstanding within the family have taught her the value of empathy and the necessity of being present in the lives of those she loves, and she expresses a heartfelt commitment to cultivating an environment where her children can thrive emotionally and spiritually. Her renewed engagement with the community, as she investigates opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals and organizations that support transformative journeys, reflects this commitment, as do her personal goals. Janelle discusses a variety of initiatives as she outlines her plans for the upcoming months, including attending self-improvement workshops and retreats and possibly launching a series of speaking engagements where she can share her insights on overcoming adversity and accepting change. These plans are interwoven with her reflections on the past, as she acknowledges that while the years spent in a highly public, highly scrutinized family environment were fraught with challenges, they also equipped her with a unique perspective and resilience that now serve as the foundation for her new path. In many ways, Janelle's new journey represents a microcosm of the broader cultural shift toward self-empowerment and authenticity, a shift that is particularly resonant in today's world, where the pressures of maintaining a perfect public image are increasingly giving way to the celebration of imperfection and the recognition that real growth is messy, nonlinear, and deeply personal. Her story is a testament to the power of reinventing oneself and the enduring human capacity to heal, gain knowledge from the past, and create a future based on one's own values rather than those of others or the dictates of tradition. Janelle Brown's detailed account of her new journey stands out as a beacon of hope for anyone who has ever felt trapped by circumstances beyond their control. It is a reminder that even in the midst of chaos and conflict, there is always the possibility for renewal and transformation. Sister Wives continues to captivate audiences with its blend of raw emotion and unvarnished reality. For fans, her narrative is not just another storyline in a reality TV show, it is a powerful, living testament to the strength of the human spirit and the belief that every end is merely the beginning of something new, something brighter, and something profoundly liberating. One thing is certain, Janelle Brown is determined to write her own story, one that honors her past while boldly stepping into a future defined by hope, resilience, and unapologetic self-love. Whether her journey leads to the fulfillment of long-held personal dreams, the long-awaited reconciliation with estranged family members, or simply a more peaceful state of being, one thing is clear, Janelle Brown is determined to write her own story. The rest of the Brown family and the global audience that has long been captivated by the unfolding drama of Sister Wives will find inspiration and challenge in this new chapter, which is full of promise and steeped in the lessons of a turbulent past. Every decision, every new project, and every conversation becomes a declaration of independence from a history that no longer has the power to define her, even though it can never be forgotten. A clarion call for transformation, Janelle's detailed account of her new journey resonates far beyond reality television and into the hearts of those who believe that pursuing a more authentic and fulfilling life is a worthwhile endeavor, regardless of the challenges that may lie ahead. One of the most compelling and contentious observations in recent discussions is why many viewers now call Meri Brown the original Robyn. This is one of the most compelling and contentious observations in recent discussions. This moniker, which might sound like a mere quip at first, actually encapsulates a complex critique of family dynamics, leadership styles, and the evolution of power within a household that has been in the public eye for decades. During the first few seasons of the show, Meri Brown, Kody's first wife and a prominent character in the story of the family, displayed traits of assertiveness, control, and even narcissism that many fans now associate with Robyn Brown, Kody's current matriarch and his last remaining wife. Viewers began to draw parallels between the manner in which Meri managed conflicts and the commanding style that Robyn now exhibits as the family structure changed over time, with splits, reconciliations, and power realignments that left Robyn as the dominant force. Many fans argue that the behaviors and attitudes now ascribed to Robyn, her insistence on controlling family decisions, her knack for managing public perceptions, and her seemingly unyielding need for validation, were not new developments but rather evolved from patterns first established by Meri. As a result, referring to Meri as original Robyn is a way for viewers to emphasize the continuity of these actions over time. This suggests that Meri's own assertiveness and her willingness to navigate a challenging marital landscape with Kody in ways that occasionally bordered on manipulation were the seeds of Robyn's controversial persona. For instance, early on, Meri was known to take charge in situations where family decisions needed to be made, often stepping into roles that demanded not only leadership but also a hard edge in order to preserve her status within the family. Even though this strategy occasionally led to conflict, it also showed a determination to keep control in a setting where personal agency was constantly threatened by a patriarchal system and the difficulties of managing multiple wives. Many viewers noticed that Robyn's strategies were strikingly similar to Meri's in the past as the show progressed and Robyn became a more prominent character, frequently presenting herself as the one who could modernize the family and bring order to its chaos. Both women, they argue, share a common thread, an unrelenting drive to assert authority in a family where power is both coveted and contested. This comparison has only grown stronger over the past few seasons because many people see Robyn's actions as emulating Meri's bold, sometimes brutal style, whether it be in managing the family's finances, setting rules for her stepchildren, or even in her creative endeavors like her jewelry business. What makes this observation particularly potent is that it challenges the narrative often promoted by the show's producers, which tends to cast Robyn as a fresh, independent force capable of steering the family into a new era. Instead, critics argue that by labeling Meri as the original Robyn, they are drawing attention to a cyclical pattern, one in which the very traits that once defined Meri are now being replicated by Robyn, suggesting that the underlying issues within the family have not been resolved but merely shifted from one generation to another. Fans on social media platforms like Reddit and TV shows Ace have been particularly vocal in these discussions. Many of them have pointed out that although Meri's tenure was marked by genuine moments of vulnerability and strength, it was also riddled with the same kind of self-centeredness and need for control that many people now criticize in Robyn. Comments such as "call her original Robyn because she set the standard for narcissism in this family" and "Meri was the blueprint for all the controlling moves we now see from Robyn" highlight a widespread belief that the family's toxic dynamics have deep roots and that the traits critics decry in Robyn are not new anomalies but rather the natural evolution of a pattern that began with Meri. m.imdb.com. The fact that both women have had to navigate a system that requires a delicate balance between personal ambition and the needs of a family that is closely watched makes this comparison even more difficult. Meri, having been with Kody since 1990, had to contend with a host of challenges that included not only the logistical difficulties of a polygamous marriage but also the emotional toll of being constantly compared to his other wives. Over time, her coping mechanisms, whether they involved asserting dominance in family discussions or using her influence to shape decisions, became a survival strategy that, while effective in some ways, also left an indelible mark on how the family functioned. Even though it might be in the best interest of fostering a more harmonious family environment, many viewers now see a repetition of that very strategy with Robyn in charge. She insists on centralized control and resists giving up power. The moniker Original Robyn has its advantages and disadvantages. On the one hand, it acknowledges Mary's pioneering role in establishing the pattern of behavior that many fans now consider to be problematic. On the other hand, it serves as a critique of the family's inability to break free from a legacy of control and narcissism, an issue that has not only defined its public image but has also contributed to long-standing internal strife. This phenomenon also reflects larger themes in reality television, where complex personal histories are frequently simplified into easily digestible archetypes in screen narratives. In this instance, Mary is reduced to a figure who, despite her earlier struggles and genuine moments of empowerment, ultimately became the model for negative behavior. This is a particularly bitter pill to swallow for Sister Wives fans because it implies that the family's problems are deeply ingrained and may be passed down from generation to generation if meaningful change is not made. Critics argue that unless there is a radical rethinking of how power is distributed and how conflicts are resolved within the family, the cycle of behavior that began with Mary will continue unabated under Robyn's leadership. Some fans have even gone as far as to say that the name Original Robyn should be a call to action, a reminder that the traits that cause so much conflict are not unique to one person but are indicative of a larger, systemic problem that must be addressed if the family is ever to heal. Discussions have taken place on a variety of forums. They emphasize that merely rebranding these long-standing behavior patterns under a new name is not sufficient to achieve true progress. Rather, it is necessary to acknowledge and eliminate them. In addition, the topic of personal evolution and the struggle for identity in a highly public and highly private setting are frequently brought up in the context of this label. While Mary may have once been forced to adopt a persona that was necessary for survival within the confines of a rigid family structure, the fact that Robyn appears to be mirroring many of those same behaviors raises questions about whether the family is capable of evolving beyond its past. Fans wonder if there is a chance for real change or if the Brown family's legacy is always going to be one of control and narcissism. The designation of Mary as Original Robyn is, in the end, more than just a catchy headline or a passing meme. It is a multifaceted critique that encapsulates the annoyances of a dedicated fanbase, the difficulties of personal identity within a dysfunctional system, and the broader difficulties of breaking free from a legacy of behavior that has, for far too long, defined the public image of Sister Wives. Mary was referred to as O in a setting where personal ambition and collective well-being are constantly at odds. It forces viewers to confront unsettling truths about power, control, and the cost of survival. It remains to be seen whether this critical label will spur any real change or merely serve as a reminder of the enduring issues that have long haunted the Brown family as the show continues to evolve and new episodes bring further revelations about the inner workings of the family. For many fans, the hope is that by acknowledging these patterns, by recognizing that the traits now criticized in Robyn have deep historical roots in Mary's own behavior, the family might finally be able to begin the process of genuine healing and transformation. However, until that time comes, the term Original Robyn will likely continue to be a potent symbol of both admiration and disapproval. It is a shorthand for a control legacy that fans are desperate to see reformed, despite the fact that they are still riveted by the drama that is going on in Sister Wives.